Everyone, please be seated. Welcome, family and friends, and especially you moms, being as how tomorrow's Mother's Day. Must be a very special day for you. Be expecting a special gift from your graduates, especially since they're doctors now. I would also like to welcome the dignitaries, the faculty, and especially our soon-to-be graduates. Welcome to the 2016 College of Veterinary Medicine graduation ceremony. To introduce myself, I am Tandi Ngwenyama. I'm one of the emergency and critical care faculty, and I've worked very closely with our new graduates in the trenches of the ICU. And I will also be your master of ceremony this evening. Now, the name Ngwenyama, as the graduates know, it means lion. So Ngwenyama, it's a very difficult name to pronounce, yet your graduates are able to pronounce it perfectly, almost like native Africans. But that's not the only thing, or the only difficult word that they're able to say. They've actually learned a new language, so medical terminology, and they speak it fluently, almost like it was their mother tongue. But there's still one word that they have a lot of difficulty pronouncing, especially during ICU rounds, and that's pantoprazole, or pantoprazole. So these young graduates are very talented, and they've picked up many skills during their 4 years here at the College of Veterinary Medicine. And one of the many skills that they've developed is rhythm, especially when performing CPR. So they have to keep tempo to the BGs staying alive while they're doing the CPCR. I would also like to mention with the new graduates that the gold cords worn by the students indicate membership in Phi Zeta, the National Veterinary Honor Society. The silver cords worn by students indicate graduates who earned their Veterinary Business Management Associate certificate, so they'll be making the money. And then the blue cords worn by students indicate graduates of the Global Animal Health Pathway Certificate Program. And then also, I would like to recognize Karen Hornsfeld, as well as Michael Bishop, who are acting as tonight's marshals. Karen and Michael are the academic and student services coordinators for WSU and Utah State University, and have played a particularly important role in helping our students progress through our program. And so for the continuing with the introductions, I'd like to introduce our dignitaries, and please stand as you're introduced. So firstly, Dr. Brian Slinker, who's our dean at WSU, the College of Veterinary Medicine. Dr. Tom Baldwin, who's a professor at Utah State University. Dr. Carrie Rude, Associate Professor, Utah State University. Dr. Bridie Gillespie, First-Year Coordinator, Utah State University. Dr. Patricia Talcott, Director of Admissions. Dr. Andy Rourke, our guest speaker for tonight. Dr. Charles Leather, Professor. Dr. Steve Hines, Associate Dean for Teaching and Learning. Dr. Leslie Sprunger, Associate Dean for the regional program. Dr. Steve Parrish, Professor. Dr. Rance Sellen, Associate Professor. And then to introduce the Palouse Brass, CDs will be available after the ceremony, and they do accept tips. Just some housekeeping things. So I just wanted to remind the audience that I know the urge might be strong, but please stay in your seats for taking photographs. There will be opportunities afterwards for you to take photos of your graduate. And then also we have a professional photographer in attendance. Next, I would like to introduce Dr. Brian Slinker to say a few words.
Welcome, everyone, and welcome especially to the class of 2016 from the College of Veterinary Medicine. Welcome to all you family and friends up there, and to all of you out there on the live video stream that we're trying for the first time this year. This is a special day for these graduates. It's a unique day for our program. This is the first year of graduates from the Utah State University arm of our program. So 4 years ago, 30 of these graduates started in Logan, Utah and spent their first 2 years there. And we now know this program as the WIMU program, W-I-M-U, Washington, Idaho, Montana, Utah, where the bulk of our veterinary students come from. And then we have some from all over the country. So this is the first year of this larger class size in this program. And I want to acknowledge that the leaders of the Utah State program couldn't make it today, and they send their regards to the students and to all of you in the audience. Dr. Ken White, the Dean of the College of Agriculture, Dr. Dirk Vanderwall, the Chair of the Animal Dairy Veterinary Science Department, and Dr. Chris Davies, the Student Affairs Associate Dean down there. We're flying up today by private aircraft, and the weather didn't cooperate, and so they're stuck in Utah and send their regards. So this is a very special day for these graduates, and I'd like to talk to them for just a second. The rest of you certainly can listen in. I'm so proud of you, and I want you to know that all of us here are so proud of you. That's a very special day, your commencement, the beginning of something new. We've all had a part in getting you here. You certainly know what you played your part as. You wouldn't have gotten here without all your hard work and energy, but the nurturing and caring of your friends and family also got you here, and the many faculty and staff that are here with you today and were with you all 4 years along your way and are here for you after you leave. And I want the audience to know that this pride is well justified, because already 90% of these students have been called out for special attention from our clients of our veterinary teaching hospital over the last year. So they truly are wonderful veterinarians already, even though they might have their trepidations at this point. So as you set out now to the wider world, you are now going to be doctors. That word sounds good, right? Doctors. Why don't you repeat it after me just once? Doctor of veterinary medicine. That really sounds good, and you're now full-fledged colleagues of a very small profession. And as we look forward to your future, I want to talk to you about some of the connections that exist in that small profession. Our connections constantly change because we get older, our careers evolve, new generations come in, older generations retire, but these connections will always be there, so in that sense, they're always fixed. To illustrate these connections, let me tell you about my good friend Paul Clavino. Paul Clavino was a 1944 graduate of our college. Paul died last year at the age of 95. He taught me. This is his hood I'm wearing. This is Dean Ernie Stone's gown. Dean Stone served as dean from 1952 to 1961. And I wear these in memory of those that came before us because they're connected to us. And Dr. Clavino, you don't know him. You never had a chance to meet him. You may have heard or received this Clavino Pharmacology Scholarship. 70 years ago and many generations since, we're all connected to Paul and through Paul, because Paul taught me. He taught and mentored many of the others on the stage here, including Dr. Parrish, who also taught me, by the way. He's of a slightly older persuasion than I am. But Dr. Parrish taught Dr. Talcott, taught Dr. Barrington. Then the three of them taught Dr. Allen. And then they all taught you. So we're connected to Paul, even though he started in the vet shack back in the day, and before he graduated in 1944, he was able to move into the wonderful new veterinary teaching hospital in McCoy Hall. The other thing that illustrates these connections is how you're connected to each other and how you will remain connected to each other. The breadth and extent of these, I use my class to illustrate. When we sat where you sit now, 36 years ago, we had the same mixture of trepidation, worries, excitement, and pride that you do. And then we scattered to the winds. 36 years ago, we became teachers, researchers, diagnostic pathologists, specialists, generalists, small, large, mixed practitioners, federal vets, state vets, public health vets. We became lab animal vets, exotic animal vets, artists, screenwriters, lawyers, authors, consultants to the media, reps for pharmaceutical and pet food companies, owners of non-veterinary businesses. My class has done all these things, and your class will do these many things as well. You don't know it yet, but you will. And we're still connected. We still share stories, and we're connected so much more richly than any of us ever could imagine when we were graduated. And you know some of my classmates already. If you did a preceptorship at Deer Park Veterinary Hospital, you know Dean Kiesel. Some of you may have heard Marty Becker speak at some point in your life so far, and if not, you will, certainly. Marty gets around. Some of you may have had Dr. Kyle Frandl as a diagnostic challenge preceptor. And all of you were taught nutrition by Dr. Dave Hammond. All of these classmates of mine that we circle back together with periodically. And so you're connected to them now too. This place meant so much to them as they look back that they wanted to give back of their time and talents. And so they volunteered, they come and they teach. And we will look to you to do that sometimes in the future as well. And this lasts forever as far as I can tell. This summer I get to spend what I'm guessing is a delightful evening and afternoon with the class of 1961 on the occasion of their 55th reunion. There will be 20 of them there. I think there are 24 surviving members of that class. Almost all of them will be there. They stay connected. And you're connected to them too. Some of you have received the class of 1961 scholarship. Because again, this is a small profession and we take care of each other in this profession. So I'll ask of you to remember these connections, and wherever you go, stay connected to each other, stay connected to us, and to those to whom you will connect in the future when you're standing here instead of me 36 years from now, and there are many more generations of veterinarians after you. Those veterinarians in that web will help you. They will always help you. We will always help you if you ask for it. And there will be times others need your help as well in this web. So, and you'll have so much to offer. And as you leave here, we want you to know that you have so much to offer. And we know that you know more than you think you do, and we know that you can do more than you think you can do right now. And therefore, we know that you're always going to make us incredibly proud of you. So congratulations, good luck, and go Cougs.
You ready, graduates, for the main event? Okay. So next we have the presentation of the Doctorate of Veterinary Medicine to the class of 2016. Will Dr. Brian Slinker please come forward?
Will the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Veterinary Medicine please stand up? It is with great pleasure that I present these candidates for the degree of Doctor of Veterinary Medicine. These candidates for the degree of Doctor of Veterinary Medicine have been approved by the faculty of the College of Veterinary Medicine, the WSU Board of Regents, and Dr. Dan Bernardo, Interim President of Washington State University. These candidates, who meet the requirements of the State of Washington and Washington State University, are hereby awarded the degree Doctor of Veterinary Medicine. We will now present these degrees, and you may be seated.
It is now time for the presentation of diplomas for the Doctor of Veterinary Medicine degree. The graduates will be hooded by Drs. Steve Parrish and Rance Sellen. Graduates were also given the opportunity to select a hooder of their choice. These names will be read at the time of presentation. To be hooded by Dr. Jennifer Gold, Marissa Christine Adams. To be hooded by Dr. Johanna Regis James Deaton Akagi. To be hooded by Dr. Tamara Grubb Benjamin Dane Alfried. Amanda Claire Amstutz. Amy Lynn Arroyo. Benjamin Riley Baird. Alex Hutchinson Beck. Adrian Lee Berthoud. Hannah Marie Bigelow. To be hooded. To be hood. It's not going. To be. Want me to try it? To be hooded. To be hooded. Oh. To be hooded by Dr. Rick DeBose, Melanie Bowden. To be hooded by Dr. Hillary Greeting, Justin Edward Bowles. Jacob Michael Brandvold. Heidi Nicole Brinkley. Jocelyn Marie Bruce Johnson. To be hooded by Dr. David Wilson, Jennifer Lynn Bunnell. To be hooded by Dr. Carrie Rude, Bethany Sudu Bush. To be hooded by Dr. Ram Kasi Manikam, Seth Hansel Bynum. To be hooded by Dr. Eloisa Rutigliano, Mark Aaron Carter. Dalchat Chatkunchan, a.k.a. TC. To be hooded by Dr. Kelly Farnsworth, Gina Christine Klaus. To be hooded by Dr. Steve Lampa, Christine Stephanie Coleman. Amber Nicole Conway. To be hooded by Dr. Jennifer Gold, Stacy Jo Craig. To be hooded by Dr. Carrie Rude, Jessica Crozier. Candace Michelle Davis. Megan Nicole Doyle. Allison Christina Durand. Lacey Linnell Dykoff. Cassandra Brianne Akins. To be hooded by Dr. George Barrington, Christina Noel Easton. Tyler Honeywell Elliott. Megan Mary Elsarelli. Matthew Scott Engel. Jason Richard Esplin. To be hooded by Dr. Thomas Baldwin, Adrian Alika Fisher. To be hooded by Dr. Steve Hines, Carolyn Leslie Fitterer. Jacqueline Renee Frazier. To be hooded by Dr. Kathy Sano, Shia Eleni Gottwald. To be hooded by Dr. Kelly Farnsworth, Amanda Elizabeth Greco. Andrea Nicole Hafer. Ashley Michelle Harding. To be hooded by Dr. Carrie Rude, Taylor Stephen Hatton. To be hooded by Dr. Julie Carey, Jasmine Marie Haney. To be hooded by Dr. Steve Lampa, Cassandra Jean Hoisington. Leslie Erin Huddleston. Sarah Priscilla Jarvis Hummel. Christina Marie Jackson. Brian David Johnson. Casey Brooke Johnson. Hannah Rose Kazunas. Jessica Kathleen Kleka. Hooded by Dr. Julie Carey, Melissa Annette Knox. Maxine Harumi Koyanagi. To be hooded by Dr. Kelly Farnsworth, Ashley Ellen Tyler Langford. To be hooded by Dr. Ahmed Tabari, Erica Lynn Larsenberg. Sarah Margaret Lewis. To be hooded by Dr. Tina Owen, Adam James Link. To be hooded by Dr. Johanna Regis, Kristen Marie Lucibello. To be hooded by Dr. Kelly Farnsworth, Bo Dylan Lundgren. Mayela Magana. Raquel Sheets McBride. Allison Sonia Mitchell. Catherine Lee Moore. Jennifer Lee Ness. Lauren Michelle Nichols. Laura Elizabeth Noel. Anna Louise Noring. Wait a minute. Anna Louise Norling. To be hooded by Dr. Aaron Olson, Michael Kendall Noyes. To be hooded by Dr. Dale Moore, Abigail Marie Olson. Emily Ann Osman Moss. Amber Marie Parrish. To be hooded by Dr. Lee Rickards, David Nelson Payne. To be hooded by Dr. Richard DeBose, Susanna Francina Elizabeth Perenboon VI. Hannah Beth Peter. Jessica Lynn Poindexter. Tiffany Shungen Pao. To be hooded by Dr. Kelly Farnsworth, Betsy Malika Price. To be hooded by Dr. Lee Rickards, Audrey Sue Raby. To be hooded by Dr. Julie Carey, Elizabeth Erin Racher. To be hooded by Dr. Kelly Farnsworth, Haley Rasmussen Ball. Valerie Christine Rathbone. To be hooded by Dr. Carrie Rude, Elizabeth Stevens Reed. Ashley Christina Reese. To be hooded by Dr. Steve Hines, Lauren Ann Restis. Susan Marie Reynolds. To be hooded by Dr. Ahmed Tabari, Kimmy Lynn Ross. Danielle Beleith Rowan. Kendra Otter Rushing Kuntz. Matthew Robert Sammons. Tori Danielle Schmergy. Casey Lee Ecole Schmidt. Rebecca Ann Schermeyer. Caitlin Nicole Schultz. Wesley Devin Seipel. Natalie Catherine Sheehan. To be hooded by Dr. Tina Owen, Emily Margaret Shields. To be hooded by Dr. Jennifer Gold, Cassandra Faye Ship. To be hooded by Dr. Ram Kazimanikam, Rachel Deborah Shutter. Anna Piper Sims. Heather Marie Skinner. Amanda Louise Slocum. To be hooded by Dr. George Barrington, Chelsea Marie Slosar. To be hooded by Dr. Tamara Grubb, Sarah Brianne Spangler. Alex the Sheriff Stone. To be hooded by Dr. Letitia Fanucci, Rebecca Lee Stork. Gretchen Margette Stroh. To be hooded by Dr. Carrie Rude, Alexis Sweat. To be hooded by Dr. Eloisa Rutigliano, Colton Roy Thacker. Benjamin Joshua Taverdi. Gina Dolores Van Hoy. Matthew David Van Winkle. To be hooded by Dr. Carrie Rude, Chiara Christine Villata. To be hooded by Dr. Carrie Rude, Amanda Jean Vockler. Courtney Lealoa Waits Weesey. Alexander Joseph Woroff. To be hooded by Dr. Ram Kazimenakam, Stephanie Elaine Schroeder White. To be hooded by Dr. David Wilson, Chelsea Hood Whitehouse. Jennifer Elise Wilson Cohen. Todd Windsor. Brent Stewart Yardley. To be hooded by Dr. George Barrington. Last but not least, Jessica Lee Zimmerman. Will the new doctors of veterinary medicine please rise and place your tassel to the left, signifying your new status as graduate doctors. And graduates, please remain standing. It's my pleasure to introduce Dr. Charles Leathers, who will be reading the veterinary oath with you.
I would ask all other graduate veterinarians in the audience and also on the stage to join me reading in unison the veterinarian's oath as it's printed in the program. Being admitted to the profession of veterinary medicine, I solemnly swear to use my scientific knowledge and skills for the benefit of society through the protection of animal health and welfare, the prevention and relief of animal suffering, the conservation of animal resources, the promotion of public health, and the advancement of medical knowledge. I will practice my profession conscientiously, with dignity, and in keeping with the principles of veterinary medical ethics. I accept as a lifelong obligation the continual improvement of my professional knowledge and competence. Congratulations.
Congratulations, colleagues. I know you'll make us proud and represent WSU. I'd next like to introduce Dr. Stephen Hines to give a farewell speech.
So my assignment, as I understand it today, is to provide a final farewell from the college to the class. And my first goal is not to fall apart while I do it. My first step here, though, is I want to say something special to my friend Kimmy Ross, Dr. Kimmy Ross, who I learned more from than she learned from me. I've been practicing this all day, so let's see how it goes. That was very scary, and I'm pretty sure I screwed it up, but the good thing is there's only a few people who know what I actually said. Okay, first on a personal level, I want to say some thanks. Thank you for inviting me to play a role today. It means a lot more than you can know. Thanks also for all your hard work over the past 4 years. It was really something to see. Most importantly for me, I want to thank this class for a teaching experience I never expected to have so late in my career. 2.5 years ago, you all reminded me once again how amazing vet students are, what a wonderful profession we have, and why I do what I do. And you created for me some wonderful memories. I need to convey similar thanks from the two WEMU institutions. As you've heard, we're so very proud of you. I know it's hard for you to appreciate or love an institution, and I'm actually not sure you should, because an institution is not going to love you back. However, this institution and USU are home to and fostered the many people, faculty, staff, and students who made your journey so memorable and ultimately so successful. Together, these places and these people created and sustained the environment that makes this program unique. We're not without problems, as no one knows better than you guys. But overall, it's an environment that's supportive and promotes personal and professional growth. That's not common, and something I expect you will understand better after some time passes and the dust settles a bit. So it's time to say goodbye, at least for now. I hope you might all look back at this place and these people and be grateful, and better understand what you experienced here and in Logan. Today, though, I suggest you first look around you. One of the main things you'll see is the people, your classmates, who shared the journey, experienced the same challenges, and supported each other in the darkest days. In some ways, You've all been through a war together, and you forged some incredible bonds. Some of these people are your friends for life, but you're very unlikely to ever be together in this way again. As life intervenes, it's going to be harder and harder to stay connected. And frankly, some of these people you'll probably never see again. So take some time today to collect a final hug and say thank you. You've been given a great gift. We all have. Like every class, this one has seen some fires. There's been illness, the loss of family members, and huge personal challenges. I think perhaps more than any class I can remember in recent history, this class always closed ranks to help whoever needed help. At one point, I was actually the beneficiary of this care myself. You guys looked out for each other in good times and in bad, and forged bonds that, despite time and distance, will surely last a lifetime. And with time, I think you're going to understand that this kind of friendship is a rare, rare thing, especially over the long haul, and it deserves to be honored. So, maybe the Pullman class will remember our last day slide in fall semester some 2.5 years ago. It was a lovely photo by Dr. Seth Bynum. And the caption read, "Making memories that will last." Well, that's what you guys have done these past 4 years. Hold on to those memories. Look for the opportunity to get together again and maybe make some more. We'd love to be a part of some of them. We hope we get that chance. In the meantime, we send you off with pride and best wishes. So farewell. And lastly, I want to say, go Aggies, and go Cougs. Thanks all.
So that concludes our ceremony. I invite you all, though, to join the new graduates at the reception and the concourse immediately following the ceremony. Thank you.